Hello, everyone. Thank you for sticking around with us today. I am very excited to introduce our next speaker, Phil. He is the CEO and founder over at Arka. In this session, Phil's going to share low lift, high impact packaging solutions for peak season. I think this is such a great session. It's one that I've been looking forward to all day. There's nothing better than getting a delivery and it's in some beautiful packaging, custom, all that good stuff. So Phil, I'll let you take it from here.
Cool. Thanks, Lindsay. And thanks, Ship Up team. And also for everyone that stuck around. Yay, my teammates there. Hey, Kyla. For everyone that stuck around through all the awesome presentations, shout out to Kick Further. They're actually one of our partners as well. It was cool to see the other players in this space, making sure that we're all in the same vested interest of succeeding and complementary services that can make that happen, especially during a crazy time like peak. And the niche that we're going to be focusing on that I'd imagine pretty much applies to all of you. Like if any of you are shipping product, you should listen up. We do custom packaging, right? So design and order boxes online as simply as you would design and order a business card from like Vistaprint or Moo.com. This can also include, if I was to summarize it, it's pretty much anything you can put a shipping label on. So boxes, poly mailers, bubble mailers, so on and so forth. Pretty much any paper material. So also like the folding carton material that is a card, or perhaps any of those boxes that are inside of that package, like a cereal box material, we'll do that as well. Tissue paper, stickers, tape, so on and so forth. These are just very quick tips that we're going to be giving you guys. I feel like there was a ton of research data and stats through a lot of these presentations, and we can do that all day long for you guys if you'd like, but really we're just going to be getting straight to the point of what you need to focus on between now and shipping products for peak. And I'm going to start with, y'all need to order today. So like even if you're not using us, the fact of the matter is all production timelines are getting absolutely blasted right now. We've made those updates on our emails, on our product pages, on the webinars that we're lucky enough to participate in. And, people will pay for rush shipping. So, I mean, look, we're glad to take your money if you want to pay for rush, but try to avoid that by getting ahead of the game. I think there's another slide later on that talks about sampling. So you can sample. Actually, we're giving free samples to folks that are connected in the ShipOb network. So if you go to our website and click mailer box and pick a quantity of one, you'll get something fully branded so that you can best iterate on exactly what you want to ship when game day arrives, when you're trying to get things out the door for peak season. But yeah, tip number one, just get to ordering. Don't try to over optimize, and something in your hands is better than something that's late. So tip number two, in the spirit of things being like completely rushed and timing, time being of the essence, you want to avoid these mistakes. And you can tell that our head of partnerships, Britt Martin, she's from Canada because she spelled the word color with that extra U in there. So for all of my Commonwealth country folks, that one's for you. Just make sure that everything is set up properly. And this also goes back to sampling, right? So you'll be surprised how many times folks will get a sample and that merchant that purchases from us says, thank goodness we did this, because I recognize that this one logo design is like on one of the creases of the packages and it's not as nice if we were to able to like move it over like an inch or something, right? These small minor tweaks that occur after the fact can be crucial. So another reason to get on this right now, so that you can avoid those mistakes on the full run. That's like the last thing you want, right? So be prepared with branded accessories as well. So hopefully, if business is going well, guys, you're going to run out of custom packaging. Like 15 to 25% of SLAs are missed on the warehouse level. ShipOp, you've got this down because we're a partner, so you don't have to worry about it. But on like the merchants that have custom packaging, you might just run out. You might have under indexed or caught some virality towards the end of peak season or beginning of peak season, whatever it might be, and that momentum turns into a stock out, fear not, there are other options. So you can just do, dare I say it, like a completely unbranded package. But what you can add to that to supplement to the unbranded experience and still have it reflect your brand, substitute for like the in-store experience, which is really what custom packaging does, right? Is get a branded sticker, get branded tape, get something branded that can supplement the readily available and in stock brown box that you might need to settle for because you're out of packaging. That's totally fine. Having those two paired and that marriage can turn into a great experience that's still very like Instagrammable and shareable, TikTokable, whatever you want to call it, from merchant to your customer to potential UGC, right? Like that's something that's not talked about enough. You're not going to get a ton of UGC without that nice branding. You might have the most beautiful product in the world, but let's talk about the unboxing experience that has been around since like the dawn of the early 2000s of YouTube, right? So give some fuel to that fire by getting something that's branded, and we can help with that. You are going to be running into a larger and larger eco-conscious, sustainability-focused market. We are seeing that from our buyers. You are going to see that from your buyers. And there are small things that you can do to satisfy that buyer. One thing is by honestly lowering the operational lift of getting like custom branded postcards. You can just brand like, let's say, a QR code on the outside of your box, like in that image, or on the inside of that box when they open up the package. And from there, that can immediately take them to a co-branded landing page or a discounted checkout, whatever you want to accomplish with that. A marketing video, whatever you want. That's your call. But how great would it be if you could hit two birds with one stone by getting the custom branded packaging to include that QR code that references what you would otherwise have on one of those branded inserts or cards, which, by the way, we are happy to take your money for. We print those all day long, but it's just a more slick experience if you can have that on the packaging as its own. ShipOp team, y'all might know a thing or two about this when it comes to like breakage, right? Like every 3PL runs into this every year, every month, every day, really. Things break, and sometimes that credit needs to be given to the merchant. Merchant might need to give that credit to the customer. There's like negative rippling effects throughout the entirety of the supply chain when ship breaks, right? So something that you can do to avoid that is, yes, pack it to the rim with a bunch of butcher paper or like those air bubbles that everyone sees when you open up a egregiously sized Amazon box for a product that was supposed to be like this big, but could fit like a laptop or a backpack. But with us, you can pay a little bit extra and get a corrugated insert, and it's essentially just like a cavity that perfectly fits your product. And that corrugated insert or tray, like you can see in this image, you can brand that too. You can brand that, and they might be able to remove the product and see like a nice message waiting for them in the cavity. That's awesome. We auto generate those cavities on our inserts page through Arka, and something that could turn into saved money down the line by not having to pay for broken product, and a potential churned customer that's pissed off that they got a broken product. Put yourself in their shoes, right? That's something that I try to encourage to my team here at Arka anytime we're interfacing with the customers. Like, well, how would you feel, right? So there is a premium to be paid for that feeling. And packaging should, if you take away anything from this discussion, packaging should 100% be seen as a marketing expense because it has a 100% open rate when it arrives at the doorstep. Last but not least, what makes us unique? Low minimum order quantities. So you can order as few as one fully branded boxes. I highly recommend you do that for the sampling process. Our pricing is competitive, super competitive. Made in the USA. Sustainable options. So we have FSC certification on our paper materials. We've got everything from a brand new piece of paper that has not even been recycled yet to a PCR material that has been recycled to death and the only place for it to go is landfill, to compostable materials, whatever. Buyer's choice. We are the marketplace to make that possible for you and make those dreams come true. And we will have a quick turnaround doing it. But again, timing is like heavier than ever right now for peak. So please make sure that you get that checked out ASAP. Special offer for you ShipBob fans. Use webinar 100 at checkout. Get $100 off your first order of $500 or more. Any questions? And if you're patient, email me, philip@arka.com. Any questions and you're not patient, email support@arka.com because we have people on standby to answer your questions. This offer ends Friday, guys. So get to it. If you want us to just like supplement some packages that you might have already ordered for peak because you're good and you're diligent, give us a shot because we're literally giving $100 off, and it could be worth it. Especially if you're doing like PR campaigns or you're trying to get some packages in front of influencers, it's like a no-brainer. Any questions, guys?
Yeah, definitely take advantage of this offer. This is huge, especially as we head into peak, and it's gonna get busy really quick in like 2 weeks. There were a few questions in the chat, and you kind of touched on one of how to like incorporate QR codes directly onto packaging so you don't have to insert an extra thank you note. Are there other ways that you can incorporate biodegradable packaging? What kinds and types does Arka offer?
Yeah, padded bags that are biodegradable. In terms of like the boxes themselves, if you get a craft box, no branding, then you can hit that mark. But I'm just a huge fan of recycling, so everything's recyclable on the packaging side because for the digitally printed boxes, there's no varnish or like plastic UV material that would spoil the recyclability of that product. So in terms of that, especially if you live in a blue state, it'll get recycled. So throw it in the recycling. Okay, this has been a great webinar, by the way, Lindsay. I really like the enthusiasm and questions that come in through the chat. It's been fun. Like there has not been a dull moment. There's been strong participation. So good on you guys for collecting the right crowd, and good on the crowd. Thank you guys for being thoughtful in your questions. This was fun.
Yeah, we have a great community. Thanks for joining us and being a part of it. Hopefully we can do more together. Packaging is something that is, I don't know, it's easy to not forget about, but to not implement if you're not thinking about it. But it's such a useful marketing tool. There's so many cool ways that you can incorporate packaging into your operations. And a company like Arka, a partner of ours, makes it super easy. So if you have any questions for Phil, please reach out to him, message their support team. We will be in contact too after the event with a recording so you can watch this back. And to your point, we've had some amazing engagement in the chat. Brianna Walsman, you've been here, I think, all day since 10 a.m. this morning. So congratulations. Yay. You are the winner of the Our Place Pan and Steamer. We'll be in touch to get that to you. But yeah, thanks again for joining us. Phil, this was such an amazing way to end the day. And yeah, have a good rest of your day, everyone.
Nice job, guys. See you, everyone.
Thanks so much. Bye.